Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Kirking here. This video just came out a little bit late only because of Thanksgiving, but we're just ready. So this is the new patch. These are just kind of the most important things in my opinion. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. First, we're going to start out with the new duos mode, and we've just been asking for this mode, I think ever since the game first started. I remember like wanting this like immediately in the beginning, but they're just doing it for quick match right now, and they just can want more information on the balancing. So hopefully it's going to be in ranked soon, but it feels pretty good. I've only played a couple of games with it, and it's pretty sweet. So hope you guys are enjoying it as well. So next should be the hero adjustments, starting with Tarka Ji, and so the first one is going to be the partywide energy recovery effect on Tarka Ji's default ultimate talent. Blackout now lasts for a set of 30 seconds, and the partywide attack buff of Tarka Ji's ultimate, the frenzy version, now lasts for a set of 30 seconds. Now we also have a dev note saying that they wanted Tarka Ji to provide teammates with more reliable buffs, and so now when Tarka Ji manually turns off his ultimate or is slain, his buffs will continue to take on effect. Now, there's also some other changes as well that, I feel like aren't as important, but I'm just going to say them anyway. The first, they actually changed the deduction of health and armor within the 5 seconds. All that stuff, they now have changed it to the deduct health and armor at a percentage with 5 seconds. And the healing effect will be reduced by 50%. And lastly here, when Tarka Ji activates his ultimate, the hit during running speed and speeding down will no longer cause a burn effect on enemies. So overall, right off the bat, I actually think these are some pretty good changes. Now, they've actually wanted to make Tarka Ji more of a team player for quite a while now, and I think these changes are actually, pretty good for helping a lot, especially with the team buffs when he dies. Now, one thing that still kind of sucks is the infinite ultimate combo. I'm not really sure why that has not been patched out yet, but it's actually taking a while for them to do so. Honestly, I don't even think they're ever going to patch it out. But overall, I do actually like these changes, and it just seems like the development team in general is just kind of switching more towards trios anyways. Which, kind of sucks for me because I only play solos most of the time. And, recently I've been playing some duos. Trios are just kind of not as much fun. But this is pretty good specifically for trios if that's what they want this game to head towards. So the next character adjustments is going to be Yueshan. And so this is basically, I'm just going to read it off right now. They decrease the stagger duration of the rampage hit after Yueshan transformed into troop decimation. Optimize the hit termination of charged vertical attacks, Dragon Tail during Yueshan's ultimate. And then also during Yueshan's ultimate, they adjusted the damage multiplier, for the vertical attack, horizontal attack, and then like a bunch of the troop decimation stuff. The damage multiplier of the rampage is also decreased as well. So with another dev note saying that Yueshan seems to be overpowering after his debut in Mars Isles, and we decrease the damage of some of his skills. Now, this is honestly just expected as you roll out a new champion, any new character. He's going to be a bit overpowered to begin with. I generally just think this is good. I honestly didn't have too much trouble against him even when he was in his ultimate, but I'm also playing Matari. I can kind of just get out of anything, so it's not really a big deal for me. I do think these changes are definitely valid, especially going up against other ultimates. So next are the weapon adjustments. I'm going to start with Spear first. So they slightly reduce the knockback distance of the horizontal strike's first attack when charged. This should make it easier to follow up with a second attack. They also optimize the feel following an uppercut slash after the second attacks of a spear, horizontal or vertical strike. Won't take damage from sword energy during Nezha's Might, and the sword energy that can be broken by Nezha's Might. Now just keep in mind that this is actually not the Dragon Slayer itself. This is with the Soul Jade Nezha's Might. And then now they adjusted the Dragon Slayer, increased the damage. Nezha's Might, they've also increased the damage. And they actually have a dev note saying in both solo and trio, the usage rate of Spear is just not as expected, and we want players to be safer when activating Nezha's Might with more stable output damage. So I'm going to say this is actually really good with Spear, as Spear wasn't really that strong, but these buffs definitely are helping it out, and I think this is actually much needed. One thing I do actually want to note though is the reduced knockback on the Spear horizontal. So now some of the combos, like unfortunately the uppercut, when you do the uppercut and you do the first horizontal, and then you try and do the second one, it's just not going to, combo like it used to be. I actually have some videos before about Spear horizontal combos, so that's kind of annoying just because they now just made the knockback a little bit worse. I guess it was going to make it a little bit easier for to follow up on a second attack, but some of the old Spear combos now don't work anymore, so I'm just going to have to try and find some other ones. But overall, I think these are actually much needed, especially since, Spear was just not being used that much. Next one is Katana, and so they reduce the damage multiplier of crouching vertical strikes, and they actually have a dev note here saying that the crouching uppercut strike of Katana has been the biggest damage multiplier among all weapons, uppercut slash, while maintaining super high performance, thus we slightly decrease its damage. So I think this is fine, but I'm actually a bit worried that Katana is starting to get nerfed a little bit too much in the past couple of patches. But this isn't actually too bad. This of itself isn't actually too bad. The one thing that is actually bothering though is they actually did do a shadow nerf for Katana as well, where now the startup on the horizontal or vertical strike focus attacks are going to be slower. So now some of the combos, for instance, like the grapple combo, is just not going to work anymore. Now this is pretty important. I actually use the grapple combo like a lot for the consistent damage. Um, so this is overall just going to make the weapon a lot worse. I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about this. I think it's definitely a net negative just because of the shadow nerfs. But I can't really do anything about it, obviously. But overall, I'm gonna have to, move away from Katana now that the consistent damage isn't there anymore. So the next one is Dagger, and the one they did is just they decreased the remaining time of focus after Soul Break. Now the dev notes actually had here, while maintaining the high attacking ability of Soul Break, we slightly increased the vulnerability of Soul Break after the attack failed. Okay, so this is honestly much needed just because Soul Break is kind of strong, especially when clashing. Like, this is just really strong. So Dagger has actually been getting nerfed a lot, and I haven't really been using it as much. I've just been using a longsword now. But I think this is actually a good nerf. I mean, this Soul Break when you're clashing is now basically just another form of the stone form, like from the greatsword. Honestly, last patch where they adjusted the floatiness is all just made it really tough in general to play Dagger for me. So I haven't really been playing Dagger as much, but I do think this is actually much needed. Like I said, I've been using a longsword, but overall, I think this is a good nerf. Anyway, so that's basically it for this patch. I will say that the overall changes are fine, but I mean the shadow nerf to Katana, where I can't do the grapple combo anymore, and then the spear horizontal changes, these are all kind of bad just because they're just reducing the amount of combos you can do. I haven't fully tested it on any other combos, but overall I think the game is actually moving in the right direction besides these two. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.